The following podcast is brought to you by the Geeks 2 Network, and all opinions are those of the hosts. Listener discretion is advised. It's time to talk wrestling. This is the Dave Dynasty Show.
And welcome to the Dave Dynasty Show. I am your host, Dave Dynasty, joined as always by...
Ike Isaacs.
An unfortunate fact of life, I'm always joined by you.
Well, I don't think you know how to operate any of this equipment. It's pretty fancy.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I might be a trained monkey, but I'm a trained monkey that knows more than you do about this technology. What was the last actual thing that you were able to use? Like the Mac 1?
This finger right here.
On that
And
note.
I think listeners know which finger I'm referring.
I would hope so. I mean, they're pretty dim-witted, but I think that joke was a little up to their par.
They probably know because they give you the same finger every week when they listen.
Yeah. Also, speaking of fans, shout out to Isaiah Ruiz. Shout out to that guy right there. Man.
Big fan of yours, right?
Big fan of mine. Big fan.
Yeah.
As he would
Continue
call
on, Isaiah. Continue letting him have it.
Follow me on Twitter. I always enjoy the followers.
Yeah, a little banter back and forth on Twitter would be fun.
Yeah, so if you, Isaiah Ruiz, if you're listening to this, follow me on Twitter. You can fight me in real life. I'm kidding. I'm not going to fight anybody.
Of course he's not.
On that note.
But you can follow us on Twitter also at The Dave Dynasty. You can find all the social media links at davedynasty.com. There's links to everything there. All the shows and all the formats, all the social media, all the good stuff.
Yes, especially my stuff. My stuff's the best stuff.
None of your stuff is on the website.
Oh, okay. Well, then since my stuff's on the website, follow me at it's at Pine Size Beast.
You don't even know. Maybe I should put you on the website. Yeah,
might be, maybe. These people probably want to follow me, but no, at Pine Size Beast. We'll probably say it later, but just for now, while you're listening to this, while he's talking, just ignore what he's saying and follow me on Twitter.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're doing anymore.
I'm just telling them to follow me instead of listening to your podcast.
So yeah. So hey, big news for those people that do follow me. I got another gig this week. Did you see that? Did you pay any attention? You probably didn't pay any attention, did you?
I probably wasn't. No.
Apparently, I will now be doing commentary for Generation Next Wrestling out of Indianapolis when they debut in 2017.
That's what's up.
They will be debuting on iPay-per-view on Fight TV on the app. It's a free app. Pay-per-view won't be.
Yeah,
the app is free.
App is free.
But yeah, I'll be doing commentary. Cool stuff.
Is it just going to be you? Who's going to be doing it with you?
I don't know. I don't know if it's been announced yet.
Okay.
I've heard some names, some rumors, but nothing established yet.
I feel you.
It'll be fun. Good stuff. Lots of good talents there. Rude Boy Riley will be there. Ace Perry, Zachary Wentz. Lots of good guys.
Zachary Wentz is my boy. I like that dude. He's a good wrestler.
So
Fantastic.
It'll be fun to do something different. Call some matches. See if I can't come up with a slobber knocker of my own.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I don't need luck.
You're like, I don't need luck. It's all skill.
But I'm looking forward to that. So there's a link on the website on davedynasty.com where you can check out Generation Next Wrestling in Indianapolis. Again, we'll be debuting in 2017. And there's also a link on the website so you can check out our sponsor, LuchaMaskUSA.com. The holiday season is upon us. Who would not like Lucha Libre merchandise? I know I would. I would like all Lucha Libre merchandise, if anybody cares.
You've already missed up your opportunity with Thanksgiving. I'm sure they'll have some good deals too, like on for Christmas. But I don't know. Maybe check them out soon because Cyber Monday is tomorrow, so they might have pretty good deals tomorrow.
They have good deals all the time, though.
Well, yeah, but they might even have better deals.
Perhaps.
Black Friday deals.
There is merchandise en route to us.
Oh, yes, there is.
For us to give away some things, some cool stuff. So check them out, LuchaMaskUSA.com. Again, there's a link on the website in case you can't remember, LuchaMaskUSA.com.
LuchaMaskUSA.com.
That is our sponsor. Thank you very much to John at Lucha Mask USA for sponsoring us. Thank you guys for listening and following us on all the social media we mentioned before. And in whatever format you listen to the show, make sure you like, Follow, rate, review, subscribe, share, comment. Do it all. Just do it all.
Do it all.
Do it all. We're available on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. So get out there. All those things help us. Rate and review us on iTunes because it helps push us up the charts.
Yes.
And, more eyes upon us, more ears upon us, I suppose is a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's as many eyes, as many ears.
No, but speaking of eyes upon us, we are discussing doing some future YouTube projects, some different things. So subscribe to our channel and watch out for some future things. Where you'll visually get to see Ike himself.
The train monkey.
We just might do skits where I just purely give him ridiculous challenges to do. He'll do them.
Probably. I'll probably succeed.
I don't think the challenges will be a fail or succeed type of thing. I think it'll be more in the name of humiliation.
Well, you know what?
That's a succeed for me.
If I can entertain the small-minded folk that listen to your podcast, I feel like it is a service to our community to help the special needs. So I would be more than happy to do that for you.
Okay.
On that note.
Wow. Yeah, okay. So let's go to some rumors and headlines. See what's a brewing. We just got off vacation. I think we're still lagging a little bit. We're still in vacation mode.
I went back to work today. That sucked.
Nobody cares.
No. All right, ready for your first one?
Yeah, that's why I asked for it.
Undertaker rumored for Royal Rumble match.
Yeah. Taker's back. He was on the 900th episode of SmackDown, stating that Undertaker will no longer just be a WrestleMania season thing. So it's expected he'll be back more. Expected that he'll have a match at Royal Rumble. And the big rumor is it'll be a title match with AJ Styles. That'll be fun. That'll be good. I think it's a good match for Taker because he needs a guy that can get in there and just bump like crazy and do all kinds of wild things. And AJ will probably be in Cloud 9 getting Wrestle Taker.
Yeah.
Should be a good thing.
My question
that's the rumor.
Is he going to be around long enough to hold a title for longer than 1 minute?
I don't know.
I don't know. Be interesting to see.
I don't know.
Ready for your next one?
Yeah.
Tyson Kidd is pulled from Total Divas. This I didn't hear about, so you have to inform
and this
me.
might not be a big headline to a lot of people, but I am a huge Tyson Kidd fan, a huge fan of TJ. And I don't know what the deal is here. He was pulled off, and he verified that on Twitter. And then when kind of pressed for more information, he said something about they don't want his side of the story out or something to that effect. So something's a brewing. I'm guessing it has to do with the fact that they've probably told him, you're not going to wrestle again. And I don't think Tyson's accepting that. I think Tyson wants to wrestle again. So I think there's a conflict. It's the Daniel Bryan syndrome here.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So I don't know what's happening, but he will not be on Total Divas anymore. One of the few reasons I watched Total Divas was because him and his cats. So, yeah, that sucks. And we'll see what happens from there, whether, he still does make some appearances, with some signings and stuff. I don't know. I'm guessing that it's going to all start going away. I think there's a big conflict here. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I hope so. I hope he does all right because, I like Tyson Kidd. Kidd and Cesaro was like my favorite tag team of all time. Not of all time, but it was a good tag team.
It was.
Last headline, Steve Corino heading to be WWE coach.
Yeah, this is still technically a rumor. He did do a guest coach thing at the Performance Center. That is verified. And this is really kind of started because he did appear in a video they put out. And they don't do that a lot with the guests. And the word is, his Ring of Honor deal is up, which I think is the end of the year. I'm not 100% sure on that he'll be moving over as a coach, which is good for the WWE Performance Center because Corino's got a great mind. Great mind. Been around forever. Has learned from the best. And, but it's, not so bad because he was fun to listen to at Ring of Honor. But, it's okay. It's good for WWE. They need guys like that in the Performance Center. They're starting to build a good crew down there with him and Adam Pearce and all those guys. It's good. It's a good thing. But it's still a rumor, nothing finalized, but it's looking like it's a thing. So
That's good, though.
Cool deal. So that's the last headline?
That was the last headline.
All right. Yeah, there's another big headline, but somebody sent in a listener question that I tried to ignore, and I couldn't ignore it. We'll have to talk about one of our favorite topics yet again. But that will be later in the show. We're getting ready to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to have Ike's interview with Lucha Underground star Shane Strickland, known in the Lucha Underground world as Killshot.
Yes.
What a talent. What a talent. We'll have his interview after this break. Stick around.
Visit LuchaMaskUSA.com for official high-quality Lucha masks and merchandise, straight from the luchadors themselves. They have a huge and always growing inventory, so check back often. That's LuchaMaskUSA.com.
And welcome back to the Dave Dynasty Show. My name is Ike Isaacs, and I am the producer here, and I am joined today with a very incredibly special guest, Shane Strickland, a.k.a. Killshot from Lucha Underground. How are we doing today?
Everything's great, man. Just got off a plane, and I'm home resting.
Hey, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Where did you just come from? Did you just come from a show?
Yeah, I just did a WrestleCade last night, and in front of 4,000 people. It was awesome. It was myself, Matt Cross, and Ricochet tagging up against Juventud Guerrero, Caleb Conley, and Sanjay Dutt.
Oh wow, that's a killer lineup right there. I say Ricochet,
Yeah.
you, and Juventud. Oh man, wow. Well, that's awesome. That's cool. That's it's awesome because people always they don't realize how much traveling goes into it. But it's great to hear that you're home resting right now. That's great though.
Oh yeah, I'm really happy about it.
I bet. I imagine. Well, hey. So every time we do one of these interviews, we always kind of just jump into and go for it. But first thing we always ask people is, when did wrestling hook you? Because obviously you had to start somewhere before you made it to one of the best stages of them all, being Lucha Underground. You had to kind of build from somewhere. So what kind of hooked you when you were a kid?
I didn't start really watching wrestling religiously till about 12 years old, 12, 13. And that's when I started watching SmackDown, when the Ruthless Aggression era took place, where like Benoit and Kurt Angle and Brock and Mysterio came in to SmackDown. Absolutely. And I felt like that was like one of the best, one of the most talented rosters, star-studded rosters wrestling's ever had. All in all, like as far as talent and like stars. Before Austin started going away and The Rock started going away and Cena started coming up,
Absolutely.
But Mysterio was the one that definitely hooked me from the moment I started watching him.
Yeah, absolutely. So then, was Mysterio one of your your favorite wrestlers as a kid, or did you have other favorites?
Definitely Ray.
Okay.
Definitely Ray. Ray was my first actual favorite wrestler.
I got you.
I liked I liked Shawn growing up. I did like him, but like I wouldn't at the time I didn't really appreciate him as much as I do now, and how talented and how beneficial he was to the business and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely say Ray was the one that actually influenced me to get in the ring.
Yeah, absolutely. I say, Rey Mysterio is one of my favorites too. As when I was growing up, I think he was beneficial to the business in a lot of ways. But definitely feel you there. He's a great wrestler, great worker. And actually, it's funny.
Oh, yeah.
I talked to Martin Casals last week, and he actually told me a really funny story about Rey Mysterio when he wrestled in Mexico. But that's cool though. So then. When you were younger then, was that kind of when you decided you wanted to become a wrestler? Or at what point did you kind of say, I want to wrestle, this is what I want to do?
It wasn't until I came back from the military, doing my basic training around 17 years old. And I was working a menial job at UPS at the time. I just wasn't enjoying what I was doing. I was just doing military and UPS work. And it was just there had to be more to life than that. And I was always into wrestling, and me and my friends were doing backyard wrestling at the time. And I actually wanted to get into a ring. I actually wanted to pursue something and actually see how far I can go. So I ended up moving from Pennsylvania all the way down to Virginia and staying at my mom's place and started training to be a wrestler, and at the same time started at ITT Tech School. And then after a while, I was working a job, doing military, training to wrestling, and going to school. And then my oldest daughter was born at the time too, at around 18 years old for me. So it was like really overloaded. My plate was a little bit much, so I ended up just dropping school and continuing wrestling, and then still working jobs here and there to support wrestling and my daughter, and doing it. Just so it was a lot. I started out with a lot on my plate, to say the least.
Yeah, so it definitely sounds like it. Definitely. Well, obviously that's a lot of people. It's cool to hear the background behind these wrestlers. You see on TV. It's always something great to hear about because that's the side we don't see on TV, but it's also the most interesting side.
Oh, absolutely, it can be glamorous for a lot of reasons, but a lot of times it's like you don't see the grind to get there, and a lot of people don't understand. You just went in to become a wrestler. No, it's like not only is it difficult to train to be a wrestler, it's difficult to it's a difficult career field to pursue because there's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of doubt in wrestling. There's a lot of doubt in what you like, because it's not like going to a college. You do 2 years of this, and then you get out with an internship, and you go here, and then there's no curriculum to wrestling. How good you can become when those opportunities come. When do you get to these places? It's all up in the air. It's whenever you get that big break. So the uncertainty of that is very scary to a lot of people, and and then your loved ones. Really, it's really hard. It's hard on your loved ones to help support something that's so uncertain with little money.
Yeah, absolutely. But like you said, there's that grind. But definitely, especially I think in your case, it's definitely become beneficial for you.
Oh yeah, I definitely the grind makes me appreciate what I have now.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
So then it sounds like you kind of moved around a lot when you were younger. And I don't know if you can answer this or not, but I don't know if you ever watched any indie wrestling where you live, because you said you trained in Virginia. And if I'm not mistaken, you were raised in Washington, right?
I was born in Washington, but I was raised in Germany.
Okay. I didn't know if you watched any wrestling anywhere you used to live at, any kind of indie wrestling.
As far as indie wrestling, didn't watch much at all till I started training. So I actually got into business when I really started watching indie wrestling and started doing my research about AWA and the South, Deep South, and really diving into old stuff, and then getting into watching Dragon Gate and Ring of Honor and CZW and newer stuff and Jersey All Pro and all that stuff. So that didn't come till I started actually training.
I gotcha. Well, and that's that sometimes happens. Finding an indie scene, because I know I can kind of speak from experience with that too. Is that not until I was older did I really know that there was indie wrestling. I didn't know there was wrestling beyond Raw. Which is
right.
It's it seems unfortunate now when you look back, but it's it happens. But
oh yeah. You just feel like at some point you just felt like people were just being manufactured and becoming wrestlers.
Exactly.
From the WWE. Yeah.
No, I definitely feel that. So then you said you trained in Virginia, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so then who did you train with down there? Where did you train at?
I trained with Ground Zero Wrestling, and under the guy's name, the Pharaoh was his wrestling name, and he was part owner of the promotion with Dave McLeod. And Dave McLeod owned the promotion and was head trainer, but I was pretty much took it under the wing of the Pharaoh, and we would just on Saturdays when we weren't running shows, we'd just be in the ring running on the fly matches for half an hour to 45 minutes over and over again until I understood this process and the system and how to actually like go on the fly and control a match and follow in a match and like do everything I needed to know, learn everything I needed to learn about being in ring, general.
All right, I gotcha very much. So then, so now you've been wrestling for a little bit now. You've been kind of around the circuit a little bit. So the indie wrestling scene right now is awesome. There's
amazing.
Yeah, there's so much there. It's just incredible. You have the rise of things, CZW, IWG, Ring of Honor. You have all these, amazing things. But what is your opinions about like what is the best and worst parts of indie wrestling? Since you're a part of it as well, what is the best and worst parts in your opinion?
The worst parts is like working for places that you're not familiar with, and for places or shows and events that are poorly advertised. Because when promoters flash a lot of money at you to come in on those events, it's there's no security, so you're your own security. So you got to be very wary and smart about the places you go that have poor advertisement or no advertisement at all, or just internet advertisements. Because sometimes a lot of promoters go off the gate and go off of trying to pay the wrestlers off of the attendance, and if the attendance is low, then you're getting stiffed on money. You're not getting as much as you were promised. Sometimes your ride situation, your travel situation doesn't work out as promised, So the security blanket in indie wrestling is very, very little, no matter where you go, So that's always the harsh part. But the best thing about it is like the freedom to go wherever you want to go, to work for whoever you want to work for, to work with whoever you want to work with. You are your own boss, so you get to make your own schedule, work as much as you want to, or work as little as you want to, or little as you need to.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like you said, that's probably the best part about it. A lot of people who get into like the bigger leagues and stuff. There is a schedule. There is you have to be here at this time until this time. But like you said, you can make your own schedule. But I definitely understand the aspect you spoke on about poor advertisement, because that can definitely hurt a little bit when you go to a show and it be like, oh well, I'm getting a quarter of what I was called in for.
Exactly. Yeah, nothing's ever promised when it comes to those kind of places.
Yeah, absolutely. But since you're a part of the indie scene, but you're also a part of something amazing like Lucha Underground, which I said it on our last podcast, but I'll say it again. I think Lucha Underground is probably the best wrestling on television right now, in my opinion.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I love your wrestling. I love, I have so many favorites, but I want to know how you came to wrestle Lucha Underground, because that seems like a pretty interesting opportunity to come across.
Honestly, it was a match I had at CZW. I wrestled Mike Bailey at 2014's Tangled Web, and I had that match saved in my files for so long. I was riding with Ricochet, and I was talking to Conan at the same time. So Ricochet got me in contact with Conan, and Conan wanted a match from me. I sent him that match I had with Mike Bailey from CZW, and he loved it. Then he told me to forward it to the producers, and it was like a 2 to 3 month process that this was happening, like me messaging back and forth, and then Trevor, Ricochet being over there and asking me, hey, did they contact you yet? Oh, they told me this, but they haven't got back to me this week. So that following week, he would go there and literally talk to them face to face and tell them to contact me and get me in there. And so it was like the second weekend of January. I was supposed to be going to I had drill weekend for the military. I was supposed to go that weekend because I had no shows or no events going. So I was like, I guess I would just go to drill. And Gabe Sapolsky hit me up to do Evolve and wrestle Gargano for the DGUSA title. So I just didn't go to the military, and I ended up just hopping in a car and riding down to Florida, wrestled that match, and the next night I had Tony Nese. And right before, I believe it was right after that match, me and Tony Nese had our match. I got on the phone with Anthony Jensen from Lucha, and he offered me a contract right there on the spot on an email.
Oh, wow. So I mean, that's pretty prestigious too. You know, like you said, you've been wrestling at indie for a while, like the indie wrestling circuit. So then, how did it feel to be pulled up to that level? Like, was that kind of like a benchmark for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of my friends and family were very supportive and happy, saying like, "Oh, you finally made it! You made it!" Like, but me, I felt like I didn't make it yet. I felt like this is just like where the work truly begins, because like standing out in a promotion as good as Lucha is, and the talent pool as great and wide as that promotion is, it's like, oh yeah, I have to. Now this is where I truly have to test myself. Can I hang with the best wrestlers in the world, the best luchadors in the world as well? You know, especially at the time when Del Rio was there, and you have Morrison, and you have like Phoenix, and you have like Pentagon. There's just so much talent. Puma, you have all these talent, and it's like, man, okay, how do I become one of those guys? How do I like stand out now? I don't just want to be a guy on the show. I want to be somebody. I want to make my mark in the promotion. Yeah,
absolutely, and I definitely think that so far you've made a pretty good mark, pretty impressive mark in my opinion, and hopefully I think I think you'll do even greater things. I hope. I've got high hopes for you. I know I'm just some random guy talking to you on the phone, but I definitely enjoy your wrestling. I definitely have high hopes for you, personally.
Oh, thank you. I can honestly say, like, as a preview for season 3, I do nothing but climb. Everything like that I've done so far has been like fairly impressive.
Yeah.
But man, like this still doesn't amount to the things that's coming up in the later episodes of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, then I'm definitely even more excited for that, because that's a good preview from you, and also Marty gave me a preview for him last week, so that's awesome, though. That's awesome. There's a lot to look forward to now. But
oh yeah.
So then you've been wrestling Lucha Underground for a little while at least. Do you have any funny stories you can tell us? Like any interesting stories in ring, out of ring?
Nothing too crazy or nothing wild. Just because it's such a chill environment, nobody ever gets like in trouble or anything or nothing. There's no big, huge parties going on. Just like it's just always like me hanging out with B-Boy and Famous B, and Phoenix comes in sometimes. Ricochet comes out sometimes, and I do know when I believe it was like Ultima Lucha 3 weekend.
Yeah. We
were filming Ultima Lucha 3. Angelico and it was Angelico, Willie, Ricochet, Sammy, and Phoenix came in. A couple of the boys came in, and we were just having like a UFC 2 tournament. And we were just doing round robin on knockout mode, and freaking Angelico. They have this kick that's animated on the game, and he calls it the Shawn Michaels 97. So he just like every time he would set it up, and he would just piss off everybody. We'd be like, "Oh, ew, what's the company 97?" And he just super kick everybody on the game. And he kept on he was on a 6-fight win streak, just murdering everybody with the same kick, the same person over and over again. And it was so funny. And then we all got super competitive about it. We're like, all right, somebody has to take him off. Somebody has to get him. So we just constantly kept passing around the controller. My girlfriend is just in the room, just laying down, watching them like, oh my God, these guys are still going hours and hours and hours. Yeah. But, yeah, it's just always a good time. Going out to Club Suede that's around the corner from the hotel. Going out there till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and then getting up at 8 o'clock to go film Lucha the next day, stuff like that. Probably probably my most proud moment in my career is just definitely getting there on a Monday and a Tuesday, and waking up and going to shoot that action scene that I shot in season 2. With the background story of the Killshot character out in the desert and doing all the action sequences, that was that's a childhood dream that I was able to accomplish.
Absolutely.
Because it was like definitely something different from everybody else on the show. So I finally found something that I could stand out with.
Absolutely, and you're like a real live action hero type deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going back to my military career kind of. So it was awesome. It's just like 2 and 2, just like it. So it's definitely like, kind of like, wow, this military thing I started out with in my life came back, came back like later on in my career to help me out in wrestling. So it was kind of weird how that happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, you look at a lot of people too, and that a lot of the greats that played off of their past and stuff, and I think that if you use that, I think that's definitely incredible because it's a great way to advance your story, and you can say it has a personal effect to you, and that adds even more depth to your character more than anybody will ever know.
Oh yeah.
So, excuse me. So, like you said, you were talking about Season 3, how you're going to be climbing even more and more and more. Obviously, in your future, you have the new year coming around. 2016 has almost come to a close. What is your goals for 2017 for moving forward? Japan's my next goal right now, and I'm talking to a promotion at the moment. And so as soon as we figure out Lucha Underground dates, because I gotta work around the scheduling with Lucha, trying to figure out tours and the timing and all that, and booking wise. So that's my next benchmark for sure, and everything after that is just a plus. Absolutely. Yeah, Japan's an incredible place to go wrestle. I mean, I've seen there are many greats that wrestled in Japan, and I think that's where some of the best matches in the history of wrestling have happened, personally. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So then as you move into new territories, especially Japan, is there specific wrestlers that you're looking forward to wrestling? Is there do you have a list? Everyone's coming up with their lists and stuff. You have a list of people you're looking forward to wrestling? I don't really have one. I'm just happy to be. I'm happy to be wrestling, man. I wrestle a lot. Pretty much my list was Rich Swann, who I've had millions of matches with now at this point. Fox, who's someone I had millions of matches with at this point, and Ricochet, who's someone I've had millions of matches with at this point. So at this point, I'm just I'm happy. I'm content with anybody I get in the ring with, and like I said, at this point, everything is just a plus. Absolutely. And that's awesome because, I think there's a positive and a negative to having a list, but I think one of the negatives is that when you have a list, sometimes that can either strain you a little too far on your hopes or strain you a little too thin on your hopes. So I definitely think with not having lists, and especially for you, it can be a positive. Gina. Absolutely. Sorry about that. Dropped my headphone. Oh, no problem. But yeah, definitely. So, no problem. Excuse me. So, with wrestling and stuff, when always with our podcast, when we have anybody on here, we always ask them, you are a wrestler, and as a wrestler, you have your ups, your downs. I probably should ask this already, but tell me one last thing. What is your prized moment or your prized match in your wrestling career? I can't say it's happened yet. Season 3 of Lucha. Really? Okay. Yeah. So that would definitely be one of them. I'll say something outside of that. I would say me facing Will Ospreay in London at Progress this year. Yeah, winning World Tag League with David Starr in WXW Germany, beating Zack Sabre and Marty Scurll. That was a huge moment. And I would say years ago, doing the 4-way TLC match at CZW, main eventing it Down with the Sickness with AR Fox, Andrew Everett, and Alex Colon. That was probably the early moments where CZW, the fans knew that I was going to be something special at CZW. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's awesome. it's great that it's actually really great to hear that another prized moment will be coming up. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's so much more. There's so much more coming.
That makes me very excited for this next season, definitely.
Oh yes, this is a long season, but it's full of like twists, turns, ups, downs, like tons of amazing matches. Probably this season's the best matches I've had in my career, bar none.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Shane. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. I always say that each time I do an interview, they always get better and better, and I can definitely say that about this one because I think Gina. Sorry about that. There are a lot of background noise over here. Gina.
No problem.
But definitely, every interview, things get more personal, things get definitely more interesting, and I definitely think this is a very great interview. So thank you very much for being on the show. Thank you so much for giving us the time, and hope maybe one day we can get you back on here, see how you're doing, like a progress report type deal.
Absolutely, for sure. Hopefully by that time I'll be in Japan by then.
Definitely, I think that would be awesome. I'll have to get the premium membership on Skype so we can talk through Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Shane. It's been a pleasure. Best wishes, definitely, for the rest of your career. I'm very excited for Season 3. Where can fans follow you on social media? Keep up with the greatness that is Killshot.
At Strickland Shane on Twitter and on Instagram. At Strickland Shane. And follow me on Facebook, Shane Strickland.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. And as always, good luck, and I hope for the best.
All right, thanks.
Check out Geek Stew for all your geek and wrestling news and podcasts. Visit geek-stew.com. Gather round for life lessons from professional wrestling's own Mance Warner. It's Warner Wisdom.
All right, people, here we go. This is another edition of your favorite wrestler and mine, me, Mance Warner, the king of big dog style, a mouth of the Mid-South, Larrett's and light beer, Mr. No Knee Pads Needed. Got a little bit of a cold going on here because I'm always making these towns, on these roads, out in the cold, doing what I gotta do, baby. Pay them light bills, pay them intranet bills. Now here we are. I'm 2 hours away. 2 by God hours away from getting home, people. I'm gonna get home about 4 in the morning. I'm gonna crack me open a nice cold light beer. I'm gonna sit in my recliner and I'm gonna think, hot damn, I'm good, baby. Cause I am. Y'all know it's true. Nah. Before I go off on a tangent about how good I am at what I do, I'm gonna sit here and just drop some knowledge on you. This is Warner's Wisdom. This is where you people come to hear advice on everyday happenings, on professional wrestling happenings. Bear with me, people, if I cough a couple times. I apologize. I sincerely apologize. Now, this week, the topic I'm gonna attend to, give y'all some knowledge on, is taking what you get and making it work, people. Now, I've been doing this a long time. Y'all know this. What I see a lot of in the locker rooms, at the wrestling shows, is people getting opportunities and they piss it away. They piss into the wind and the piss hits them right in the face. They ain't got no shades on, nothing. Piss to the dome. Now, as I'm saying, what I was telling y'all, what I'm telling y'all is, y'all got to take the opportunities that you get and don't squander them away, you dummies. Yo, dipshits. You show up and the booker man gives you something to do Make it work, people. It's simple. I'll show up at a show. Oh, Mancer, we need you to work 2 times a night. All right, baby. That means more time for me. More TV time. More time I'm on that camera. More time I could get my shit in, baby. Now, on the flip side of that, let's say the booker man goes, hey, Mancer, you know any masked wrestlers? And I go, what? That's a coincidence. I just happen to know a masked wrestler that y'all could use. Masked Good Brother number 3, baby. He's a hell of a hand. Throw him on in here. You know what that means? More money for me. More green in my envelope for Mancer and for Masked Good Brother number 3. He's going to get in there. He's going to bump around, baby. The point to this is, what I'm telling y'all, ain't nobody too good for anything in this industry, people. You go out there and do exactly what you got to do, man. You go out there and do what you got to do to pay them light bills. Ain't nobody too good for anything. Okay? All you dipshits out there. Sorry, I didn't mean cuss. All you dummies. Slack jaw fools. Nah. Take this in. All the greenies, all the young people. Listen to this. Live by this. Now, before I wrap up here, giving y'all this beautiful knowledge y'all need, before I pass out the wheel and I'm dead somewhere, I just want to remind y'all. Now listen to me here. Come in real close and listen to your just fooling from me, driving like an old woman. Now listen to me. Y'all listening right now? Okay. I just want to remind y'all that I'm the man. Y'all never gonna be as good as me in life. That's okay though. Y'all find that confidence and be as good as you can be. It ain't gonna be as good as me, but I believe in y'all as much as I can, as much as y'all let me. Now until next time, same place, same time. This goddamn fool in front of me driving like a, where he from? What's this say? What does that say right there? New York. That don't surprise me. Ain't nothing good up in New York. Unless we talk about old Vinnie Mac. He loved me, I love him. Shout out to Vinnie Mac. Now, let me get right back to what I was saying. Y'all are never going to be as good as me. That's okay. Be the best that you could be. Ain't going to be as good as me, but that's okay. Now, tune in next time for a little bit more of Warner's wisdom on the Dave Dynasty show, where you dummies can come and finally learn something in life, man. I will teach y'all some things in life. All right, people. See you next time.
Welcome back to the Dave Dynasty Show. I am your host, Ike Isaacs. No, for real though. I'm here to throw some questions out. And our last question, we saved it because it's the best for last, but you'll know in a minute. Mm-hmm. But we have 3 questions here. So.
I'm gonna try to wake up. I literally am still in vacation mode. I'm just like half with it this week.
I feel you. No, I definitely feel you there. All right. So question number 1: who are some next big stars?
Oh, yeah. So someone asked about some of the prospects out there that maybe people don't know. One guy that definitely jumps out is Matthew Riddle, the former UFC guy. Really, really good. Really, really charismatic. Only been in the wrestling for like a year, and it's just unbelievable. Kind of a phenom, but, you know, he does have the MMA background. That helps. But I would definitely put him up there. I would definitely put Leo Rush up there from Ring of Honor. Again, the guy's been wrestling less than 2 years and is just unbelievable. Then some of the local guys that I think are gonna be there someday, like Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier, a couple of Ohio guys that I think are next level. Actually, they're in England right now in the UK touring, so that's pretty cool. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think those 4 names I think you got to listen to or watch for, something of that sort. I think those 4 guys are going to be big, huge. So yeah, those would be my guys. But there's a lot of guys out there. A lot of guys that, as guys move, that's the way we've talked about it before. It's the way indie wrestling works. Some guys move up, and then there's the next level of guys to take the spot. So.
I agree. I definitely am looking out for Zachary Wentz there.
It's all about the opportunities. We just had the Warner's wisdom. Mance talked about people taking opportunities. Mance has some wacky ideals, but I agree with him on that. That's what's kind of the backbone of the show, right? We talk about opportunity. We like the young guys. We like giving people some exposure, and then it's what it's all about. So yeah, there's a whole level. There's guys that we've never even heard of or never even noticed that'll step up when the chance is given to them. Those spots are given to them. That'll jump out. But those 4 names are pretty incredible. So
I definitely agree. All right, what's your opinion of Cody Rhodes facing Jay Lethal at Ring of Honor Final Battle?
Yeah, so we've known for a while that Cody was going to be at Final Battle. He's been announced for a while. He's very, very excited about it. But he just revealed that he's wrestling Jay Lethal, that's phenomenal. That'll be a great match.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's going to be great. Those two, they're going to click. They're going to be great. Which is clearly, you got those two. That's a WWE level match in my eyes. Those guys, those guys should be on TV every week, worldwide. They're great. But Cody, of course, chose not to be. He stepped away, and Jay was there in TNA. But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Jay Lethal in NXT before long.
Yeah,
He's
I agree.
definitely good enough. But yeah, I think it'll be a great match. Everybody's always wondered who was going to wrestle Final Battle, and Jay Lethal's a good choice. I like it.
I think there's very little doubt to me who he would battle at Final Battle.
Well, I always thought it was going to be Adam Cole because they kept teasing that.
I don't know. He's a champion right now. Adam Cole is, right? Is he still champ?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's wrestling Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, I figured he would be.
That'll be a good match. It's gonna be a good show. I mean, you got that. I mean, Briscoes versus the Young Bucks.
That's always a good show.
What else they announced? Dragon Lee. Wait a minute. Who's the TV? I think Dragon Lee. I don't know who. It was supposed to be Dragon Lee versus Bobby Fish for the TV title, but Bobby Fish is no longer the TV title. No TV champion. It's now the villain.
Oh yes.
Will Ospreay won it, then Marty won it.
Marty beat him for it.
Great. So I don't know if Dragon Lee will just take. I don't know if he'll just wrestle the villain, or I don't know. It's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be fun. Cabana will be on it. Dalton Castle, which I'm expecting those two maybe to wrestle 1-on-1.
Coco Cabana and Dalton Castle.
Yeah, because they kind of split, and it's good stuff.
I think Dalton
Good
Castle's
stuff.
one of those guys that you'll see become big one day.
Yeah, he's definitely the WWE type guy. He's he's got the size and the look and the talent and charisma out the wazoo. So
Hopefully the boys go with him.
I don't know. My only fear is though, does he go to WWE and turn into Tyler Breeze?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. What is Tyler Breeze even doing right now?
He's teaming with Fandango.
Is he still doing the
They're-
Breeze Dango?
They're wearing weird ass Village People copy uniforms now. I don't even know. Tyler Breeze, that's such a waste of talent.
Yeah, I say Tyler Breeze is good, but no, he's just kind of a douche. Teaming with another douche.
That's their characters though.
Yeah, I don't like him.
What's the next question?
The last and third question.
Is this the final question?
Yes, this is what we've all been waiting for.
You've been waiting for it. I don't know what.
What is your opinion of Goldberg v. Lesnar?
Oh, we're talking about Brock and Bill, huh?
Yep, good old Brock and Bill.
Yeah, so I don't think there's any spoilers anymore. I think everybody knows that it was a squash match. Goldberg killed him in 4 minutes, 4 moves. And
Brock Lesnar was a jobber for a night.
the fact of the matter is I personally don't care one way or another. It
Yeah.
does not make any difference. It was just weird. There's a lot of hype for that. But it was kind of cool because then, it was announced that Goldberg's going to be in the Royal Rumble on Raw.
Yeah.
So you obviously felt like if they did that, there had to be obviously that Goldberg wasn't going to be a one and done. What's the point? So I think they built him. I think he'll be around maybe a couple months. My I suspect he'll be around till WrestleMania. Maybe not
Yeah.
full time, but the occasional appearance. Maybe not on every pay-per-view or whatever else. But so I think they're gonna use him for a while. And there's also the rumor that perhaps it'll be him and Undertaker at WrestleMania. At least I heard that rumor out there. I don't know about that. I've
heard that, and I've also heard.
I don't think we need two old guys.
Yeah, so they can barely move. Well, I've heard that, and I've heard Goldberg and Reigns.
Yeah, I heard that too. But then they can also now have set themselves up for a Goldberg-Lesnar rematch.
Yeah, I'd say definitely. I mean, you had literally Goldberg go in there, get pinned up in the corner for like 5 seconds, push Lesnar down, spear him again, jackhammer him, and then pin him.
But here's the thing. Everybody complained that Lesnar has no credible opponent. Nobody think a believable opponent. Well, now he
There you
does.
go. Yeah, he's got the shit beat out of him.
I think it was to establish Goldberg being back and to help set up for a rematch.
I think so.
And it was okay. Like I said, I don't care one way or another. I wasn't a fan of the match going in. It was fun. It was cool. It's neat to see Goldberg back. I don't dislike Lesnar. I think he's a good worker, but it's not my style match anyway. To me, 4 minutes, 4 moves that's good. Let's get it done.
Well, all the crowd went nuts over that one too. Like they like lost their shit over
It's a
that.
pure shock moment.
Really, it
I
was.
don't think anybody expected with all the hype and build that it'd be that quick. And that's good, though.
Yeah.
That'll be one of those things that they'll talk about for years. And you hear all these people talking about how it tarnishes the Undertaker's streak because he beat the guy that beat. Oh my God, it's a work. It's
Yeah.
all a work.
That's the thing too.
There's no. I mean, how if freaking James Ellsworth or whatever had done it, then okay, well, we could say, well, that's weird.
Yeah.
But it's not like Goldberg was a nobody. Not like he hadn't had a pretty good career.
Yeah.
And done some big money and big things. So what? Oh my God, it's a work.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. I mean,
it's entertainment.
yeah.
You know, I know I'm one of the guys that I preach the athletic side and the sporting side of it, and I do. But in the end, you have moments like that. It's how does it tarnish?
We have to have moments like that to have an establishment because like you said, everyone thought Lesnar's unbeatable. He beat the dead man. He beat all these people. I mean, it was just an onslaught back and forth, and then you finally have someone who can step up and do that. And like you said, it's building towards a rematch. And I feel like hopefully by the time they have the rematch, Goldberg's a little more in shape and can move around a little more.
I don't personally. That's not how I would have booked it.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. I don't see a lot of harm. Hopefully they did it with an objective in mind. It's not just hey, let's do this.
Yeah, let's just shock everybody.
Hopefully they have something in mind that it was supposed to work towards. And given WWE, I don't know if that's the case because they don't seem to have a lot of direction sometimes. But
that's usually how it is.
I guess
we'll see.
Maybe we don't have to talk about Bill and Brock for a while.
You say that, and then they show up tomorrow at Raw or something like that.
I don't know.
Actually, before we move too far away from the topic, I heard another rumor about the Royal Rumble with Shinsuke Nakamura losing to Samoa Joe. Maybe I just got out of the loop, and maybe this isn't even true. But I heard that Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be in the Royal Rumble.
Maybe.
I heard that.
They're also getting ready to do some shows in Japan. There's also the rumor he'll regain the title in Japan in his homeland. I don't know. I think it's time to call up Shinsuke.
I definitely think so, too.
Or Joe, one or the other. Whichever one it might be. My preference would be... no, I love Joe, but I think Shinsuke's ready. I mean, Shinsuke was already ready when they signed him, but they need a guy like Shinsuke.
I think so.
I mean, we could potentially have... If they bring him up, put him on SmackDown, we could have Nakamura Styles again.
That would be fantastic.
Those matches were amazing. So why would you not want to do it?
I mean, it's. I think they should do. Here's the thing too: is I think they should do that, but when they should bring him in at the Royal Rumble, and I think he should throw Styles out, and I think that should be kind of like. Well, Styles won't be in it. My bad.
Shouldn't be in it
unless he loses the title.
Oh,
dun, 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 dun.
He can't lose the title.
I know. I don't want him to. He's fantastic as the champion.
Oh well, so that was the last question.
That was the last question.
We're gonna end with Lesnar Goldberg.
How about we end with any Del Rio news?
Nope.
Nope.
No Del Rio news.
Damn.
I don't know what's up with him and Paige. They're laying low.
You can't ask for anything more than that.
Maybe they'll give us something for next week.
Maybe.
I don't know. Somebody else needs to do something out there to give us something to talk about because we've ran the Goldberg-Lesnar train as long as we can and the Del Rio train as long as we can, and we don't talk about TNA anymore.
Yeah,
we need something else.
TNA's leveled out. Brock Lesnar, Goldberg's leveled out. Del Rio and Page have leveled out. We need some more. We need some beef here.
It's about to happen. Something will happen. Something big will happen.
Yeah, something bigger than we can handle will happen.
So, well, that's it for this week then.
It is.
Maybe next week I'll be a little more back in the swing, back in my groove. I'm not back in real life schedule yet because of being back from vacation. So
yeah,
so,
I enjoyed the vacation. I mean, it kind of sucked being on a boat with you, but
it was a big boat. I didn't have to see it.
Exactly, I didn't see it hardly at all.
There was lots of alcohol.
Yeah, there was enough booze on that boat. So,
yeah, all right, that's it for this episode.
This is episode number 9.
Episode we hit double digits next week.
I know.
Pretty soon we're gonna be a teenager. Maybe that means you'll hit puberty.
Look here.
What happens when a monkey hits puberty?
I don't know. He throws more shit at people.
Bad shit. These aren't humping stuff.
Well, at least I didn't hit puberty in World War II.
What?
I said at least I didn't hit puberty in World War II.
At least you didn't hit puberty in World War II. What does that have to do with anything?
I'm talking about you. I'm making fun of your age. Come on,
yeah,
man.
your joke's real good.
It was good, but I think your Alzheimer's kicked it on, and you didn't really realize what I was joking about. You're like, who are you again? What are we doing here?
It is a miracle that you made it off the boat.
Oh yeah, you said you were gonna throw me off the boat, didn't you? Well,
I'm not gonna lie, it crossed my mind.
you're like, there were a couple moments I was sitting there and I was like,
there was a couple times you were by the rail and I just thought one swift clothesline and he's down and gone.
One swift clothesline. You got another clothesline in you?
Sure do.
You're like, I got one more.
If Goldberg has another jackhammer, I got another clothesline. Oh, I'm sorry, lariat.
Yeah,
I don't even think they use the term clothesline anymore.
It's lariat.
I'm getting ready to do some commentating. I'm gonna start bringing back the old school now.
Yeah, clothesline, belly to belly, fisherman suplex. I don't know. I was just trying to think of weird stuff I can think of.
All right. I think we need to get out of here.
I think we do.
We've taken a weird turn all of a sudden. I don't know why.
Talking about boats, Alzheimer's.
and I'm still about a half step behind everything. So
exactly.
That's it for this week. I'm your host, Dave Dynasty.
And I'm your co-host, Ike Isaacs.
We'll see you next week. Be good.